What is going on, guys? So why does anxiety recovery take so long? Go ahead and smash that like button down below. If you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt, leave me a comment throughout this video. Let me know, are you in anxiety recovery? Are you willing to admit that you have no clue of what you're doing right now? You have not made any steps towards recovering from anxiety. Go ahead, let's get a discussion going down below in that comment section. So I've explained to most of you in my videos that it took about a year for me to recover from anxiety, give or take a month or so. That's my best estimation, and that's of me doing all the right things that I preach at the end of my videos. I was doing all of that, and it still took me a year. That's a long time, especially doing all the right things. So I have a few little reasons on why I think it took so long for me. Maybe that'll help you out in the future whenever you're recovering from anxiety, or the present if you are recovering from anxiety, you maybe not make some of the mistakes I made. So not all of the reasons that I give are going to apply to you, so just keep that in mind. The first reason I think it took so long, I was dealing with 4 things at once. I was dealing with panic attacks, I was dealing with health anxiety, I was dealing with social anxiety, I was dealing with bouts of depression. So all that compounded together made one really complicated situation. They all fed off of each other. Not to mention, in the beginning, right before I started actually recovering, I had some addictions that I was dealing with, so that really fueled the fire. So once I was able to get that squared away, I started recovery, and I do the things that I talk about, right? The meditation, the journaling, the positive affirmations. I was eating right, I was exercising, I was taking my vitamins, I was doing everything right. It still was super hard though, okay? And one of the other reasons that I think it took so long for me to recover, and I think a lot of you can relate to this, you will be doing great for a week or so. Maybe you'll be doing great for 3 or 4 days, or maybe even 2 or 3 weeks, and then bam, you have that panic attack, or bam, you get super worried about your health because you felt another sensation. And you're like, why is this happening? Why am I having anxiety symptoms and I don't even feel anxious? I've been doing great. I've been doing everything Trey tells me to do. I've been exercising, I've changed my diet, I've changed my lifestyle. Why is it taking so long? Guys, these anxiety disorders are no joke. They are freaking wired in your hard drive, which I believe is your subconscious mind. And it's so hard to get that out of there, especially if it was driven by fear. And most of our anxiety disorders are driven by fear. I know mine was. Mine was the fear of dying. And that was just embedded deep within my subconscious. And it took forever for me to dig around there each and every day by practicing good things, by reassuring that I was healthy, by exercising and eating right, by meditating every morning, by journaling every day, prying at my subconscious, trying to get down to the core, just like dig through. Imagine like a thick area of brush, and you're trying to get to the middle and you see a little gold coin like shining in there. I know that sounds weird, but you get in there, and then finally, after a year of me doing all the right things, I was able to get it out of there and then heal. And that took so long, and I think many of us get discouraged along the road, and I get that. In the beginning of my recovery, I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm doing everything right. Maybe there really is something wrong with me, because I had health anxiety, so I was worried about that. Maybe there really is something wrong with my heart. I mean, if I'm doing everything right, then why am I still dealing with chest pains? Why is my chest still hurting? I've gotten my reassurance from the doctors. Why? Why am I still dealing with this? And after some research, because I did a lot of that back in the day, and after some common sense, I started to realize, it takes a long time for your subconscious mind to catch up with your conscious mind's intentions and actions. For instance, you can say all day, hey, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning, just like the way you can say tomorrow I'm going to be cleared of anxiety. I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 4:30. I know many of you can relate to this. I'm going to get up and exercise. 4:30 comes around, your alarm goes off, you see it, bam. Even though you were motivated all day, you had the perfect plan, you had your clothes set out, you had your coffee ready to go, and you just said no. That's because you have not developed a habit. Your subconscious is still in the old schedule. Your subconscious is still saying, nah, I'm not ready to get up. I'm not getting up. Are you kidding me? Just because you put 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days or even a week or 2 together doesn't mean your subconscious is going to change like that with you. It takes a long time. It lags behind. And that's why I think anxiety recovery is so tricky and tough. We get caught up in that vicious cycle. Don't keep getting caught up in that. It's all about how you handle the bad days. So in recovery, I started putting a few days together, then a week, 2 weeks, and then I would have a bad day where I would have a panic attack or heart pain, or I'm not gonna call it heart pain, chest pain. And then I would be sitting there like, oh my God, like something must be wrong. Eventually I stopped doing that. Eventually I was like, look, these symptoms are still gonna happen. My subconscious is still stressed out back in there. Even though I've done the right things, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take good habits to change it. You have to keep making impressions from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. And guys, with journaling, you need to be doing that early in the morning and right before bed, because that's the time when you can have the greatest influence over your subconscious mind. That's whenever you're the most relaxed. So those are important times to do that for meditation and journaling. So make sure that you're doing that 10 to 30 minutes, morning and evening. If you can do both, that's great. So make sure that you're doing that, guys. But that's the reason. I was dealing with multiple anxiety disorders, which many people that have one anxiety disorder have another one. They're like coupled together. A ton of people that have health anxiety have panic disorder and vice versa. And a lot of people that have any anxiety disorder deal with depression. I believe over half of somebody that has over half of the people that have anxiety disorders, they deal with depression as well. Crazy number, but it's the truth. You can look it up. So with that being said, that compound of issues really complicated things. And then I was having these symptoms out of nowhere, unexplained. I wasn't anxious at all, and it would scare me. It just took time. It takes a long time. Some of you are going to be lucky and you're going to get over this a lot faster than I did. There were some things that I still could have done. I said I did all the right things, but there was a couple things I could have done more and I could actually have tried. One of them was therapy, and I didn't want to try it. I had multiple reasons. I didn't have the money, which some of that was true, but that was self-inflicted wounds there. I was job hopping because of my anxiety, losing jobs, quitting jobs, just not wanting to drive, not wanting to leave my house. The second one, guys, I didn't want to leave the house, so I didn't feel like traveling to see a therapist. And the other one was that I just didn't have a lot of options. I'm in a small town. There's like 2 or 3, I think, therapists or counselors around here that you could see for my situation. And they may not even specialize in that. So that all discouraged me. But don't let that discourage you from trying out therapy and counseling. That could be the missing piece. I think if I had that, some counseling, some therapy, somebody backing me up, pushing me forward, somebody I could talk to on the reg, then man, I think it would have sped up my recovery a lot. So if you haven't tried that, and you've had anxiety disorder for like 6 months to a year or longer especially, give it a try. What do you got to lose there? It might speed everything up. That could have been the missing puzzle piece to my recovery had shortened the duration of it by far. So guys, below in that description, I have BetterHelp. That's an online therapy site. You can choose from literally thousands of therapists, so you can find somebody that's perfect just for you, which is amazing because many of us do not have a lot of options on who to choose from. So that can make our experience pretty bad. Also, it's a lot cheaper than therapy you're gonna find in your city or on the street, whatever. Also, so those rates are amazing. And then the next one, guys, it's so convenient. Even if you have agoraphobia and you don't wanna get off the couch or you don't wanna leave your house, you can literally do it on your couch. That's what's amazing. It's free to sign up. I believe there's free trials also. So definitely go try that out. That's in the description down below. And guys, journaling and meditating is a huge part of your anxiety recovery. Many of you refuse to do this. Down below, there's a journal that's a meditation journal. It teaches you how to journal, teaches you how to meditate, puts it together. Voila. It's gonna help you out a lot. I did a review over this. I will put that at the end of this video if you want more details on that journal before you possibly buy it or purchase it. I explain everything on it, okay? So check out that video at the end. So guys, keep doing all the right things. When I say the right things, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna go ahead and run down these because I do it at the end of my video in case I get new viewers. So make sure that you're exercising every day. Start out small if you have to, if you're worried about falling out like I used to. Start out small, increase intensity over days and weeks. Plant-based diet, plenty of fruits, veggies. Make sure you're getting a multivitamin because a lot of our diets don't have all the nutrients that we need, especially for anxiety. Look into vitamin B12, vitamin B6. They're good mood stabilizers. foods that are high in omega-3, so fish is really great for that. Make sure, guys, that you're checking out CBT online. You can get that through that therapy and counseling, but you also can look it up on your own and try to apply it in your life. There's guided meditation videos, there's positive affirmation videos, there's other channels out there like mine. There's also online support groups like the Facebook group in the description, so be able to go down there and check that out. All right, it's a luxury, guys, to have. I didn't have something like that whenever I was going through my anxiety disorders. So go down there and hit that. We're close to 1,800 members. We're all like-minded, so we help each other a lot in that group. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you got value out of this. Go ahead and like this video. And again, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're at in anxiety recovery. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you can get updates when I put my videos out. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and keep fighting.